Hello, welcome back to 999. I'm back for my second to last episode of Ending Roundup Time, which I'm quite excited about. Uh, from my last video, you might have heard that I might not record for a while if things did not go well, but they did go well-ish. So, I am recording again tonight, and I should hopefully be able to finish this tomorrow, which is really exciting. So for this one, looking at my notes, it looks like I go through doors 5, 8, and 6. So that's what I'm gonna do. And like I did in the last one, I'm going to pause when there's anything new. So I'll see you then. Okay, so I've been given a heads up that if I click on this bed enough times, something funny will happen. And I think this is new. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've seen Snake alive. Oh my gosh. Junpei, I cannot help but notice your interest in the bed. Perhaps you are hoping we'll spend Perhaps you're Perhaps you're hoping we'll spend time on it together. I don't say stuff like, damn, that's not a mental image I want. That's a mental image I want. Anything else? I'm still leaving it alone, okay? Alright, well that was funny. Alright, I'll be back again when something happens. Okay, this is once again something I was told to look at, which is look at this mannequin in room 8 like a bunch of times. And I think this sounds different. Junpei says, that mannequin looks so sad. I gotta admit, I'm starting to feel kind of sorry for it. Am I getting attached to this? Maybe I should give it a name. How about the Science Boy? What? That's very creative. Science Boy is lying on the table. His forehead is full of electrodes. Okay, I think that might be it. Alright, well, see you again soon. Okay, so it seemed like the text automatically stopped here. And Junpei said, what kind of job do you have? What are you? Because Lotus is typing away.
I'm unemployed at the moment.
Ain't that the truth, girl? Aren't we all?
I used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but I quit.
Why?
Lotus blinked.
Huh? Oh, it was just something.
What? She stopped typing for a moment and her face fell.
I see.
What happened, darling? This was not an avenue of questioning to be pursued, Junpei realized and quickly shut his mouth. Lotus's fingers began to move again, and in a few seconds she was back up to speed. As she typed, more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to pour across the screen.
What are you doing now?
I'm going to try and brute force it.
Brute what?
A brute force attack is... Well, the short version is that I just attack the thing head-on. The long version?
I almost made a really nasty comment. I did it. Oh, I'll keep that in my head this time. Without looking up or slowing down, she began to explain.
A brute force attack is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher. It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it can take a very long time. I'm writing a program that would run an attack like that on its own. It's not the most elegant solution, certainly, but given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do.
Even as she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. Junpei couldn't help but feel a little awed.
No, but back to what we were talking about earlier.
What were we talking about?
Wireless display? It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it?
Hmm.
How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an addition problem for you, all right? So you enter 1 plus 1. The screen will show you 2. See? Isn't that strange?
No?
Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said so just a minute ago.
Hmm?
You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 plus 1?
The main computer, right? You said it connected to the monitor wirelessly.
Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? They'd probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they've decided that, they'll start examining this monitor. They might poke the screen or something.
What?
Ah, I see the color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Oh, I see. So this wire supplies the power. Eventually, they might even cut the wires. Ah, yes. Just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations.
Oh.
But the truth is that, just like you said, the computer is doing the calculating. But these cave people wouldn't know that, because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly.
Lotus continued to type. Junpei scratched his head.
So, what are you trying to say?
Nothing, really. It's just, I thought maybe, what if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that?
What?
Huh?
Well, let's say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain. A scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting. So stimulating this part of the brain causes the person to see colors. That must mean this neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part.
Oh dear.
Ah, just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes that function to cease. Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain. See? Doesn't it sound the same? Maybe the brain is just an output device. Like this monitor. Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else. In a main body.
That's unnerving to think about. What the heck?
We just don't know it. We never even think about it. Just like those cave people wouldn't know about wireless communications, we can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains, where we experience that information as thoughts.
Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no retort. No, her argument just seemed silly, and he was a little surprised to be hearing something like it from someone like her.
The brain is just an output device. Human thought actually occurs somewhere else. That's just crazy talk.
Did Lotus really think that, he wondered? It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre cultish religion.
Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia.
Oblivious to Junpei's increased discomfort, Lotus
If
continued.
memory is actually stored somewhere else, in some sort of main body somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all.
What the heck?
He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged.
Huh.
I suppose that would explain aphasia and blind sight, too. Perhaps they actually can speak or see. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with prosopagnosia could be suffering from the same thing.
Wait a minute. What?
He knew what aphasia was from watching medical dramas on TV, and blindsight was easy enough to guess, but he'd never heard the word prosopagnosia before. I think I know what that is, but, like, I don't...
What? You've never heard of prosopagnosia?
Isn't that, like, the, difficulty, like, recognizing or processing faces? Lotus spun around in her chair to look at her. Junpei just shrugged and shook his head.
No. What is it?
Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours, so they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other.
I don't look at people's faces. I don't even know how I recognize people. I mean, I don't go anywhere, so...
That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually they can make do by associating people with other things. Their voices, their clothes, their hair.
Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks?
No, I don't think so. Look, you've seen monkeys, like in a zoo, right? To you and me, all the monkey faces look the same. Even though they've obviously got faces, it's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. The zoo staff that works with them would learn to identify different monkeys eventually. But you or I couldn't, unless one had a scar or something else to set it apart. Well, that's how people would be to someone with prosopagnosia.
Prosopagnosia. Huh. I didn't even know that kind of thing existed.
Junpei did his best to act as though the entire lecture hadn't gone entirely over his head.
And, what were we talking about?
The idea that your brain is just an output device, like a monitor.
Are you serious about that stuff?
Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it.
What about the other half?
Well, I guess I was just adulting.
What?
Not funny.
Oh, hold on. It took me a second to even process that. It went right over my head. She was kidding. And then she was adulting. That's crazy. Lotus smiled something rather masochistic to it. What?
It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it seriously.
I mean, so much stuff about you today.
It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But looks like I don't need to talk anymore.
Why?
I don't have to kill time any longer.
As she spoke, Lotus raised her right arm high and brought it down on the enter key.
Oh, then you finished that brute whatever thing?
I certainly did. And let's see what we got.
Chunks of text flickered on and off in quick succession, and then a line of numbers appeared, blinked, and disappeared. The screen cleared, and all that was left was the word accepted.
Piece of cake.
Okay. Lotus would clearly have patted herself on the back if it would not have made her look entirely ridiculous. After a few seconds, the accepted disappeared to be replaced with... Oh, this
The
thing?
screen changed again. What the hell is...
No idea. Looks like a puzzle.
Suddenly, Lotus stood up.
Huh? Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computer stuff?
No, I can't do anymore. It won't let me do anymore. See?
Okay, I think we're done here. So, I think... Alright. I just remember that off Dome. Anything else? Okay, well, I don't know when the next new scene will occur, so I'll pause for now. Okay, well, I didn't need to wait long at all for something new. Instead of Clover being like, never mind, and going away, she's talking at this time, it sounds like.
Junpei, you went into door 5 with my brother, right?
Oh! Yeah, that's interesting, yes.
Did you hear him say, like, anything weird?
He did just say that he, like, heard something when I moved the pillow and picked up that thing from underneath it.
Huh?
Why is she asking me this? Junpei wondered. The more he thought about it, however, the more it made sense. Snake had been gone for a long time. Clover was quite attached to her brother. Of course she would have been worried about him.
Well, let me think.
He thought back to when he'd gone through door 5, hoping he might remember something, even a small something that would help her. However...
Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything. I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but that's about it.
Okay.
Clover's words were barely audible. She nodded vaguely to Junpei and turned to walk away. I still don't know what he had heard in there. I'm curious about that myself, and I also saw that safe again. It never was relevant the last time I went in there, so I'm wondering when or if that will be relevant at all. I feel like they wouldn't have added it if it wasn't going to come up at some point, so I'm excited to see whatever that is.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hmm?
Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me if, is Snake, I mean, was he born?
You're talking about his eyes?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't born blind. When he was a kid, he got in an accident. A really bad car accident. He couldn't see after that. And his arm.
Oh my god. Did she mention that last time, something about his arm?
His arm?
Yeah. My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. It's fake.
Oh my
It's
god.
not a
Didn't I
real
say
arm.
that? Like, I thought it might be like a prosthetic arm.
The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm.
That's so interesting. I wonder, I'll have to look at other... Oh my god, is that why his hand was so ghostly white? And I made fun of him for that when he, like, scanned it. That's so weird. His left arm. That was his left arm, right? Oh my god.
Oh.
Is that all you wanted to ask me?
Talking about her brother had clearly taken a great deal out of Clover. Junpei nodded.
Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff.
It's not that.
Clover only shook her head and walked off down the stairs. Oh, that was jarring. I thought there was going to be more after that. Well, we'll see what happens next. Goodbye. Until then. Well, now it says Science Boy's head is on fire. Science Boy! No! Oh, the humanity! What the hell is Science Boy? Are you talking about the mannequin? Yes. Forget about the mannequin. You need to help Clover, now! Okay. I don't think that anything else changed. Because I clicked everything else in the room, but... Alright. Okay, so I'm in this room, approaching the other room full of evil and despair. And... I clicked on the stairs in the background, and I think this is new dialogue, because I don't recognize it. Santa said, that gap, that height, that angle, it's perfect. Perfect? Perfect for what? Whatever, just bring Clover here, right? Man, I regret stopping to read this dialogue. Tell her she needs to walk up and down these stairs. Clover's not here, what the hell is he talking about? Okay, well, great. So glad you got to see that with me. Okay, looks like there's more new text. So when we lowered the winch box thing down with the thingy in it, Santa walked away, and then the other two followed him. And Santa said, you know, speaking of experiments... Santa suddenly stopped.
There was this experiment some scientists did with rats. First, they took a squarish C-shaped tank and filled it with enough water that the rats could drown in it. The tank has 2 exits. Just to make it easy, we'll call one A and the other B. Exit A is pitch black, so dark even a rat can't see anything. But exit B is electrified, which means the rat can't leave through it. So, what would a rat do if it was put in this situation? which exit would the rat choose?
There was a moment of silence after Santa posed the question, and then Ace responded.
B, of course. The rat has no way of knowing that exit B is electrified.
Exactly. The rat goes to exit B. Of course, like I said, it's electrified, which means the rat can't get out that way. So, after a lot of trial and error, the rat finally finds exit A.
I can't say that's very interesting or relevant. It's simply the story of a laboratory experiment.
I'm kind of messed up, man. Like, what? I'm curious what the point of this was.
You're right. It isn't very interesting. Yet. See, these scientists repeated this experiment over and over, using hundreds of different rats over several generations. This produced some surprising results. With each generation, the rats took less time to find the correct exit.
Oh, is this the thing about how there's like some sort of field where information's passed through it all the time? That is a very, very, very heavy point they've been hammering in through like a million conversations in this game.
Eventually, a rat was put in the tank who instantly chose exit A without even attempting to go to exit B. But that wasn't the most impressive part. The same experiment was conducted in another laboratory, far from the original one, with the same results. No, on second thought, the results weren't really the same. The rats in this second experiment began the trials with significantly faster times than the first rats in the initial one. These rats weren't related to the others and had never even come in contact with them. And yet, they all easily found their way to exit A as though they already knew. What did it mean?
Are you suggesting something like telepathy? They were passing information to one another through some undetectable medium?
Yes, I understand. I get the point, guys. To hear the same variations of the story a million times. Ace looks skeptical. Santa snorted at him.
How the hell would I know? I'm not any kind of scientist. I don't know what made him do that, but I do know that story's true. And if you've got another explanation, I'd sure love to hear it. Come on, let's get going. There's still a lot here we haven't checked out. And we gotta get the hell out of here before June passes out.
Without waiting for a response, he turned around and started walking. Junpei, however, wasn't quite ready to leave the topic alone.
Hey, wait. There's something I want to ask you.
What?
Santa stopped and turned around.
Why did they use that tank for the experiment?
Huh?
Well, I mean, it seems like you could conduct the same experiment without the water. They could have just used a dry box, you know? If they needed to motivate the rats to escape, they could have, I don't know, put some bait by exit B or something. I mean, do they really have to make it so the rats can drown?
Santa gave a grim bark of a laugh.
You know, the word emergency comes from the same root as the word emerge. You ever think about that?
Huh?
Ah, yes, I remember that door in the other room where I had to replace the E's with 14s.
Well, an emergency is something urgent, often something dangerous. And to emerge means to sort of come out, or appear, or rise out of something else. So what's going to emerge in an emergency? Inspiration.
What?
Inspiration?
Yeah. Think about it. When the chips are down, either you crack or your mind focuses and pulls up what you need.
So in an emergency, your real potential emerges. Is that what you're saying?
That's... I don't think I like that.
Yeah.
I'd rather not have any emergencies in my life, even if it means my real potential never emerges.
That's why the rats had to drown. They had to be in danger. There had to be an emergency for inspiration to emerge.
This does remind me of what I believe Clover was saying about the experiment she went under, where they were testing about all this, like, psychological stuff, and she's like, no, it had to be a life or death situation, because the danger is part of, like, one half of it. I forget what the other half was.
Oh.
Junpei suddenly felt cold. The back of his head was aching, and his stomach felt strange. Okay. Well, I think we're done with that conversation, so another pause. See you then. Oops, I accidentally advanced text one line into this. So Santa's talking about his sister again, and he's telling us more than last time. He says, we didn't have parents. They bought it in an accident when we were still kids, so I had to be like her dad.
And that meant that I bought her Christmas presents every year. On Christmas Eve, I'd leave the present next to her pillow. And the next morning, she'd come running into my room with this big smile. Look, Santa left me a present. He got me that doll I really wanted. I'm so glad he got my letter. She was always so excited. I was the one who told her to write those letters. I'd say, write down something you want and mail it to Santa. The address I gave her was somewhere in Northern Europe that doesn't exist. Anyway, she'd write the letter and stamp it and send it out, and then a few days later it'd show up back in our mailbox marked address unknown. I'd open the letters before she figured out they'd been sent back. Once I had the letter, I'd go around to a couple stores with some money I'd saved up over the year and buy her the stuff she'd asked for. It took a lot of saving, but I managed to buy her presents every year.
Huh.
Junpei was silent. He could think of nothing to say.
Huh.
I'm still mad at this guy for what he did last time, but... June looked down, uncomfortable. The wall next to him suddenly groaned. Either he hadn't heard the sound or didn't care. Santa kept talking.
But one year, her letter was different. She didn't write a list of toys she wanted or anything like that. Instead, it said, I don't want any presents this year. Instead, I want you to make my wish come true. My wish is that we'll be happy like this for a really, really long time. That was it. Nothing else. But I couldn't make that wish come true. Some Santa I am.
Santa looked sad. Junpei had never seen him look sad before. He wasn't sure he liked it. Junpei decided it was probably best not to ask Santa any more questions. But
What happened?
June glanced up at Santa quickly as she spoke. He answered, but only with an effort.
She died. She was killed 9 years ago.
Yeah, I suspected this. That she was the girl who died in one of these experiments.
Oh.
There was nothing Junpei could say. His heart felt like a great lump of lead. June bit her lip and looked away. Her face was pale.
All right, let's go.
Santa stood up suddenly, his downcast demeanor gone. He shoved the picture back in his pocket and headed back up the stairs, taking them two at a time.
Huh?
Junpei and June looked at one another. There was nothing they could think of to say.
Hey, what are you two doing? Let's get moving, come on!
Santa's voice echoed across the room from above them.
Let's go.
Yeah.
They nodded and followed him quickly up the stairs. Ace was waiting for them at the top. And, oh, we're back at normal stuff. And I'm back in the room of immense evil. I'm going to try and solve that evil F puzzle legitimately this time. Because I looked up some advice on like how to solve magic squares. And even though I don't want to do math, I want redemption. So, I'll be doing that. Okay, goodbye until then. Okay, so I just found out you could look at these cards and get some commentary. And not much happened in this one. Basically, June was like, oh, you look handsome. And one of the guys said, knock it off, lovers. And June was like, no, we're not dating. And now Junpei said, there's a pretty cool looking dude on this card. I can't take my eyes off it. And this one says, oops, I don't want to combine anything. This guy, this card has the 9th man on it. He was the first victim of this nonary game. Actually, come to think of it, he was acting pretty weird. I wonder what his deal was. Okay, and this one says, man, the guy on this card is one good one. We were classing that other chump. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? What's your problem? Didn't say I meant you, did I? Shit. Okay. Well, I still don't have all the cards yet. I actually can grab this one real quick, and it says, this must be... Oh no! Don't look at it! I'm not cute at all, and I'm not photogenic, and I don't look sexy either. What? Next to Clover, my skin looks gross. And I'm not sexy like Lotus. I know guys go for women who look like Lotus, but, I'm trying to. I'm doing the best I can, so please don't call me a board or a trash can or a cutting board. Wait a minute. I haven't said anything like that, have I? Okay, well, that's weird. Alright, I guess I'll collect the rest of the cards and then we'll read them. It said, this is Seven's card. If this is supposed to be a trading card, it's not a very good one. And that was it. Alright, excited to see what this one says. There's a picture of Lotus on this card. Man, her hair is ridiculous. It's like clay or something. What? This is the pot to the kettle. What? She has beautiful hair. Leave her be. Okay, nothing else to say about that. Okay, I got, I think, the last 3. So first let's look at Clover's. This is Clover's card. You know, looking at this photo, she's kind of cute. June is here, man. You can't be saying that crap. Oh, yeah. Huh? What's up? Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. Why does her smile make me feel cold? Okay. And I already read this one. Alright, Snake. Snake. Is that Snake's card? Yeah, you want to see it? No, that's fine. Okay. What? That was weird. Oops. Alright, how do I see the last one? Okay. It's Ace's card. You look like some kind of European lord. Oh, my headshot. You want to see it? It's actually a pretty good picture. No, I don't need to see it. In fact, we really ought to get back to our search. That's really weird. Okay. Alright. Alright, and I went to open these boxes, and then now it says, just then. Did you hear a noise? He spun around just in time to see June collapse in front of the fence.
Hey, June, are you okay?
She did not respond. Junpei spun back around to face Ace.
I'm sorry, I gotta go check on her. You finished the box thing, alright? Just put the cards in the boxes. I'm counting on you.
He shoved the cards into Ace's hand and ran off toward June. What?
Are you alright? What happened?
Junpei called out to her as he ran.
Can you stand?
Did she touch the electrocuted fence? As he arrived, June was climbing to her feet with Santa's help.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fine. I
What?
just tripped.
Don't give me that. Now is not the time.
But it's true. I tripped over a box.
Just let me see for a sec.
Junpei put his palm on her forehead. Was that box on the floor always there?
Huh.
What
You're
the?
still warm.
Her temperature was much the same as it had been the last time we checked. It wasn't hot like she'd been before, but she was still warm. Her fever wasn't completely gone.
I saw her fall. I think she really did just trip on something, you know?
Junpei would have been more willing to agree if June hadn't needed quite so much help standing up.
Still, to fall down like that? I think she's probably still a little messed up.
June was doing her best to busy herself brushing dust off of her dress. Her smile looked a little embarrassed, and her face was a bit flushed. But she did look a great deal better than she had. Still,
Alright, well, let's just get out of here as fast as we can so we can get you to a hospital.
Oh, I don't think it's anything that serious. I just need a little medicine and some sleep, and I'll be fine.
wow, most convincing dialogue ever.
Medicine. Medicine, huh? Well, if we could get in touch with anyone outside, I'll bet Ace could swing that for you easy.
What? What does that mean?
Ace? Why?
Huh? Don't you know? He's the president of a pharmaceutical company.
Pardon? Pharmaceutical company. Would that happen to be a pharmaceutical company with the word cradle in the name?
Cradle Pharmaceuticals is the name, I think.
Bruh. Bruh.
Their flagship product is an anesthetic drug called Soparil.
Bruh. Bruh. That's all I can say right now.
Soparil. Soparil?
Yeah, and that's the thing he injected himself with. What the?
I've heard of that before somewhere.
And he said he had found it in a room somewhere. But if he really is the... What? Junpei couldn't shake the feeling that he'd heard about Soparil before. Yeah, like a few hours ago. Santa continued.
Soparil. It's an anesthetic that's a gas at room temperature. A lot like how nitrous oxide is. It takes only a few seconds to spread, and even a small amount is very effective. A bunch of countries quickly accepted it for widespread use within their police and military forces.
This is crazy.
It was an effective crowd suppressant and room clearer. It was practical, ethical, and the humane nature of it made it the ideal drug. It's been around for about 6 years. They developed it from the extracts of several different roots. It became popular almost as soon as it was made public, with many governments placing large orders. Demand for Soparil skyrocketed, and of course that meant Cradle Pharmaceuticals stock did too.
Wait. Hold on. I was thinking. It's an anesthetic that's a gas at room temperature. Do you remember how we got here? Into the ship? There was a gas canister, and we passed out. I feel more and more justified in believing that Ace is very suspicious.
Why do you know all of this?
Santa's information was interesting, but Junpei couldn't help but feel a little suspicious. Santa's reply was blunt and simple.
I heard it from the old man himself.
From Ace? When?
By the number 4 door at the central stairway, when we were searching the second class room. Remember how Snake, Seven, and you went to door 5? It was back then. I asked him what he did for a living, and he said he ran his own company. After that, we just started talking, and I guess it just came up, you know?
That's weird.
Are you worried about something?
No, nothing.
As he spoke, Junpei looked over toward Ace. He seemed to be having difficulty with the 9 boxes. What?
What the hell is he doing?
He turned back to June and Santa.
June, don't push yourself, alright?
Yes.
Why do you say it like that?
Santa, could you take care of her? I'll go check on Ace. Looks like he's having trouble.
Sure.
He gave them both a short nod, then turned and headed toward Ace. Man, what is your deal? What is wrong with you?
What are you doing?
Ace is... I just had a thought. So remember when we had that conversation with Lotus, and she mentioned, I think it was, I don't remember how it's the word exactly, propagnosia or something like that? The difficulty to recognize faces. Is that why he didn't want to look at the cards? And is that why he's having so much trouble with these puzzles? Because he can't recognize the faces on the card? Oh my god. It's crazy. The older man turned around to look at him. His face was pale and covered in sweat.
What happened?
Nothing. My vision has gotten rather blurry, I think, because of fatigue. I can't see very well at the
Oh my
moment.
god, I think I'm right. I think I nailed that one. Holy crap. Why are so many of my theories, like, so correct and right all the time? I'm such a genius. Don't acknowledge that puzzle I have to do with the, with the F.
What can't you see well?
These pictures.
Ace held the cards out to Junpei, splayed out in the shape of a fan.
I don't care to admit it, but I may be developing presbyopia. Growing old is a difficult thing.
He made the best attempt he could at a self-deprecating smile, but his face was flushed, and his lips were pale and drawn.
At any rate, I'll leave the rest to you. I'm feeling awfully tired, so if you don't mind, I'd like to rest for a bit.
He shoved the cards into Junpei's hands and walked quickly away. Junpei looked at him quizzically.
How could simply looking at cards have tired him out?
Junpei looked down at the cards in his hands. All of the pictures were quite clear, and each person easily recognizable. Was Ace's vision truly so bad?
But if it wasn't, what had made him so uncomfortable?
That was when Junpei remembered what he'd heard from Lotus much earlier.
Prosopagnosia.
Yes, exactly! I was talking about this!
Well, put simply,
yes.
it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours, so they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to.
Yes. Oh my god.
Maybe he's got prosopagnosia?
Junpei took another look at Ace. He sat at the base of the stairs, looking quite depressed. This is crazy.
Well, he looks depressed enough to have it.
If he really did have prosopagnosia, there was no doubt it was a depressing and painful experience. Still, Junpei didn't feel like patting him on the shoulder and telling him everything would be alright would help that much. Still, Junpei felt perhaps it was best he kept Ace's condition to himself, at least for the time being.
Oh well.
Doing his best to clear his mind for the task at hand, he turned back toward the boxes.
Time to solve the 9 boxes puzzle.
Okay, and I think this is all the same. Okay. Willow, what are you doing? Oh, she's splashing around in water. She had a vet appointment today. It was a rough day for her, so she can drink all the water she wants. And she's also on steroids right now, so she's probably very thirsty. Okay. I will be back when something happens. Okay. I'm back at my old enemy, and I did want to redeem myself by doing this legitimately. And so a little strategy guide I read said, basically, since 5 is like the main number, and we're trying to get 15. So basically all these other, every column and like row and whatever and stuff, we're trying to get like, well, not everyone, like the diagonals and the vertical and horizontals, you're trying to get 10. So basically I think I just put in the, different ones of 10. So I'm gonna put 8, 1 here, I think. Let's see. Oh my god, I'm already struggling. Because then it would also have to be like across 2. 6 and 4 would be the other way, I believe. Let me try. No. I do. No. So, let me put in 4 here and 6 here. So this gets 12. So let's try 3. 5, 10, 11, 12. This feels wrong, actually. Hold on. I don't know. Let me try the more... Wait, I'm stupid. It's not 8 and 1. It's 9 and 1. Did you see that crap? Oh my god. And then it would be, I think, 4 and 6. I do vaguely remember, I think, the top one being 9, 4, 2 or something like that, so I am cheating slightly here. So 6 and 1, 7. And I think that'd be 8 here. So this would be... That's not right. Hold on. 9 and 1. 6. Okay. I'm already confused. I'm confusing myself again. 7 and 3 would go somewhere. Let me try 7 here. And 3 here. 9, 10, 11. Right? And then this. And this. Okay, well, that's not correct. So, let me try 9, 4, 2 here. Okay. So, wait. No. What am I missing? Am I stupid? Okay. 8, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm, like, losing my mind a little bit here. This... Maybe. Let me try this. 9, 10. Let me put... No, that's not correct either. Hold on. 9. Is it 9, 2, 4? Then I put the 1 here. 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. No. What? Okay, well, I'm struggling. No. Oh my gosh. Am I really gonna have to cheat again? Am I really just that bad at math? Like, what is going on here? Okay, let me try this again. 9 has been giving me the most trouble, so I'm going to leave that alone for now. Let me try, 7 and 3 instead. 7 and 3. Okay. Now, what with 3 would get 15? No, on this button. I know it's not 9, because 9, 2, 4 is really sticking in my head, so... Would 8, 9, 10... Would 8 4 work, and then... Maybe 9 here. And 2 here. Okay, it's 9. Hold on. I don't even know how I did that. But I somehow, by some miracle, got it. So I consider that redemption for last time. Sorry if that was painful for anyone else to watch. But I was really frustrated at myself last time. And now that I have solved it legitimately one time, I will never be doing that again. I don't think I ever have to do it again, because I'm pretty sure I don't have to go in this room again. But it feels pretty good. Get some redemption there. And to add on to my winning streak, I finished that freaking crate pushing puzzle on the first try. I didn't even need any of those extra moves or hints. Because, you know, I got the strategy down with the whole cross thing, and then I knew that I had to put the second from the top first. And so, I'm feeling pretty good about this room this time. Alright, we have officially left room 6, and we are at a stop. And it looks like we have unlocked this red thing. So, on to some exciting stuff, it looks like. Oh, nice. Junpei and June ran to the large hospital room together. As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds and in the corners.
She's not here.
No, she isn't.
Alright, just in case, we should go take a look in the shower room.
Who? Sorry, I was... Oh, Clover? Oh, crap.
Shower room?
That's where her brother is. She might have gone to see him.
June bit her lip. She knew, as Junpei did, that there was only one thing to see in the shower room, and it wasn't pleasant.
Well, we might as well check, right? Let's go.
There was a screwdriver stuck between the door and the
Good.
frame.
We can still get in.
We should thank Seven later.
Junpei and June slipped through the door, moved down the hallway, and stepped to the shower room. I don't see her.
No luck.
Yeah, I don't think she's here.
June's voice was faint, and she placed her hands over her mouth. Her face looked a little green.
The smell is horrible.
The stench in the room was almost unbearable. It had grown far more unpleasant since their last visit. If Junpei had eaten a lunch, he would have had difficulty retaining it. He wanted to leave the room as soon as possible, but he had to be sure. And the only way to be sure was to check the other side of the
Let's check the
divider.
back, just to be sure.
June offered no resistance and nodded weakly to Junpei as he headed around the divider. He stopped at the corner and turned his head.
Oh, she's not here.
Is he going to notice the arm thing now? As he'd expected, Clover was nowhere to be seen. I did skip through the scene where they originally discovered the body, and I double-checked, and it didn't look like Junpei noticed anything about the arm after Clover talked about it. The only thing on the other side of the divider was a dead body, lying in a reddish-brown puddle of drying blood.
Snake, just where did your sister go?
Junpei whispered to what once was Snake. He'd asked rhetorically, of course, as there was no way to get an answer. He gave a deep
Such a horrible
sigh.
way to go. The skull shattered, the left arm's hideously twisted. Huh? Wait.
The bright white of the ulna was clearly visible through the remains of skin and muscle. Bright white. Ulna.
Bones.
Yes, the pieces fell into place. Junpei remembered something Clover had told him in the laboratory.
My brother's left arm is...
Yeah, he has a fake
The
arm,
accident.
she said.
Of course. Of course. Why didn't I realize it earlier?
Clover had told Junpei that Snake's left arm was prosthetic. But the left arm of the corpse behind the divider was quite clearly a real human arm. Or at least it had been once. That meant the corpse...
Jumpy?
June's unsure voice at Junpei's... oh my god, June's unsure voice at Junpei's suddenly strange behavior drew his attention back to her.
Oh, sorry for making you wait. Let's go.
Oh, crazy. Junpei and June headed back to the large hospital room. They stepped through the door and out of the shower room. Down the hallway they went, searching for Clover in every corner. They had reached the stairs when Seven appeared, breathless and yelling.
Junpei! June! Where were you guys?
He looked pale and his face was drawn. Something terrible had happened. Junpei's breath caught in his throat.
Did something happen?
Seven drew a shaking hand across his face and gulped down a breath of air.
Clover is dead.
What? I've expected a lot of things, but not that. What?
I found her in the first-class bathroom.
Oh my god, how'd she get there? I mean, I know how she got there. Like, I mentioned earlier that clearly, like, Seven left the door cracked in case they needed to go back for whatever reason. Man. All sounds ceased for Junpei. The world was an empty, muffled expanse. What I meant was, I wonder why she came back here. She wasn't one of the people who searched this room, I don't believe. And he began to hear his own breathing. Oh my god. June's mouth moved, but he heard nothing. She tried once more, and then her energy was gone, and she collapsed against the wall. Oh my god. He could have helped her, but he hadn't. And now she was dead. So he stood there, frozen in place.
Clover. Clover. Why? Why did this happen?
He forced his body to move. Each step felt like another nail pounded into his heart. Finally, he was in front of her. He knelt and placed 3 fingers against Clover's neck. No pulse. No breath. But she was still warm, and her eyes were closed peacefully. It would have been easy to think she was asleep. Easy, that is, were it not for the slowly expanding puddle of blood beneath her. So this happened recently. If it's still pulling out, oh my god. He traced its source to her back. A gash just beneath her shoulder blade. Was the weapon a knife, perhaps? If it was a knife, the killer had taken it when they left. When he closed his eyes, he saw Clover smile.
Clover.
Her innocent smile, her energy. He would never see her smile again.
No way.
He could have done something. He could have helped her. His stomach twisted itself into a sickening knot.
Let's get out of here, June.
Junpei lifted a limp June from the floor and carried her from the bathroom.
Are you alright?
Man, and we're still on this scene? That's crazy. It was a foolish question, and he knew it.
Yes, I think so.
Her voice was weak. The fever had gone down, but the emotional scars she'd received were not likely to recede as quickly. Junpei laid his hand on her shoulder, and they walked back to the bedroom.
You should get some rest. Here, the bed. Can you sit?
Yes.
She nodded once and stared at the floor. There were 4 others in the room. Ace, Lotus, Santa, and Seven. They all stared at nothing, their faces drawn and tired. After a while, they drifted into the bathroom to see Clover's corpse themselves. Once everyone was back in the bedroom, Junpei walked slowly to the center of it and looked around as the slumped figures gathered there.
Who was the first to find the body?
Me.
Seven spoke from behind Junpei. He turned around. Seven's hand was up.
Why did you come to this room?
To look for Clover. Why else? I found her body in the bathroom. As soon as I did, I ran outside. I got to the top of the stairs by the casino and yelled as loud as I could. Hey, guys! I found her, but it's bad. She's in the bathroom in the first-class cabin. Come quick! Or something like that. Then I went back to the bathroom. Ace, Santa, and Lotus showed up real soon after that. But I guess you two hadn't heard me or something because you didn't show. So I took off down the stairs to look for you. After that, I mean, you know the rest, right?
Junpei nodded and closed his eyes. There was one more thing he needed to ask.
Seven. There's one more thing I'm worried about.
What?
You stuck one of those plates in between the door and the frame, right? Why did you do that?
Come on, didn't I already tell you that? I did it so that the door wouldn't lock, so we could come back to this room? Oh, you think I did it?
Well, I don't know. That kind of depends on what you say, doesn't it?
For crying out loud.
Seven sighed and shook his head.
Follow me.
There were 2 doors standing next to one another. He opened the one on the right.
A closet?
Yeah, the safe.
Yeah.
Seven stepped inside. He stood in front of one of the shelves that filled it and gestured toward a small box. The box was a small metal cube. He looked at Junpei.
This is the reason. This safe. We couldn't open it when we were getting through this room. I figured there might be something pretty important in it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I figured eventually we might figure out what the numbers are for the safe. And if we did, I didn't want to screw around with door 5 again. So I put the plate in the exit door so we could get back in that way. You get it now?
Yeah.
Junpei nodded and looked at the safe. He grabbed the handle and shook it.
Figured it wouldn't open.
It was as locked as it had been when Seven found it.
Huh?
There's one change, however.
This is...
Just underneath the safe was a pile of fine reddish-brown powder.
rust.
Junpei stared at it, considering.
If there's rust here, that means... Has someone opened the safe?
Junpei left the closet. Seven followed him back to the bedroom.
Huh?
It was cold and quiet. No one spoke. They sat, frozen in place by shock and grief and fatigue. The room felt tiny and oppressive, and the thick metallic smell of blood filled the room. Junpei turned and headed for the living room. Anything to get out of there.
Maybe there's another clue. Anything that might lead us to discover who stabbed Clover.
As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds and in the corners. His eyes caught on the door. The door that led to the passageway of door number 5.
Behind this door. The ninth man's body is behind there. Maybe I should have another look at it, just in case.
Quietly, he pushed open the door.
Ugh.
The smell hit him like a blow to the face.
Oh, the hell? This smell is...
His lungs contracted, unwilling to inhale such fetid air. Acid boiled up from the base of his stomach, turning what little food was there into a violent froth.
Oh. Oh.
Ew. Well, that was a bit longer than the text suggested. It was too much for him, and he vomited. A thin stream of yellow water and bile splattered onto the floor. Ew. He wiped his mouth weakly and stared at the dead body. Chunks of torn flesh lay in an arc around the body. What remained of its intestines had slid out onto the floor. The pool of blood that framed it was half dry, but so thick that it had taken on a texture not unlike that of an egg yolk prepared sunny side up. Ugh. The bracelet's gone. On the floor next to the broken mask of the man's head lay his glasses. marked spidering across the lenses. The bloodstains near them had already dried, like scabs on the floor.
Wait,
That was when he noticed.
it's gone. His bracelet. It's gone. It was right next to the glasses.
But now, it was gone. The number 9 bracelet was gone.
But why?
Had someone taken it? He was turning it over and over in his mind when he heard Seven's voice.
Where'd Junpei go?
It had drifted out to him from the living room. Junpei walked slowly out of the hallway.
Oh, there you are. Were you looking for something in the hallway?
Seven looked up as Junpei entered the room.
Yeah.
Did you find something?
He thought for a moment before he responded.
No, nothing.
Technically, it wasn't a lie. He hadn't found anything. In a way, in fact, that was the problem. Something he'd expected to find hadn't been there. The 9th man's bracelet.
What's up?
Well, I wanted you to take a look at something.
What is it?
Seven led Junpei back to the bathroom.
Clover.
As Clover's corpse came into view, he felt his heart flip and then fall to the bottom of his stomach. Something between a sigh and a groan escaped his lips.
What was it you wanted to show me?
His voice was hollow and empty.
I searched Clover's body again. A real shame. She was stabbed once in the back, probably by a knife or something. And I found this.
As he spoke, he moved around Clover's head, then knelt down and flipped open her right hand.
What?
She was holding a piece of paper.
I haven't actually looked at it yet. Didn't want to disturb the crime scene, you know? Basic stuff. Well, I did borrow one thing.
What?
He wasn't sure what that meant, but it likely didn't matter. The paper was more important.
I'm opening it.
He picked it up and carefully opened it. There were 2 sentences written on it.
Truth had gone, and truth had gone.
This is tickling something in the back of my mind. This was in door 1 with the captain. She mentioned this note. She mentioned this note about a sinister hand. But we never got to see the full thing. In the last, ending.
Ah, now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand.
What is this? Some kind of secret code?
Seven peered over Junpei's shoulder at the note. Junpei stepped away from Clover's body and into the living room. He began to pace, attempting to decode the note.
A code.
The first clue was likely the phrase sinister hand. Sinister hand means... Sinister hand. I don't really know. I'm thinking the left hand, because that's the, like, where your bracelet's on. But that's all I can think of.
Sinister was a term used in heraldry that meant to the left of the bearer of a coat of arms.
Okay, well, I never would have gotten that in my life, but okay.
The left hand. The left hand. What does the left hand mean?
Junpei looked at his own left arm. At the bracelet on his
Does
wrist.
the darkness of the sinister hand have something to do with the bracelet?
He examined the bracelet
There's
closely.
2 things sticking out on either side of the face. The left and right sides of the face. Left and right. Left and right. Right and left.
What?
Truth is gone.
What? What is he on about?
Truth gone.
Truth, gone. Maybe those 2 words. Reading them backwards. That makes no sense. Well, I did hear it out loud multiple times. Switching the sentence around? What? What else could gone and truth mean?
What else could gone and truth mean? Truth, of course, means something that is correct. Something that's fact. In other words, something that is right.
Okay.
You could then safely assume that gone means left.
So, okay.
After all, after someone left, they were gone.
Oh my
In
god.
this case, they clearly refer to their directional homonyms.
So, that would be right, left, right, left, right to left. Right. Left what? Sleep what?
Then truth equals right, and gone equals left.
Junpei looked at the bracelet again.
The left and right of the bracelet. these two things sticking out. So if I...
Press them in the following order. Right, left, right, left, right, left. What does that say? And then... Oh my god, what is that? What? What? Oh my god, what? One after another, 8 bracelets flashed on, then off of the face of Junpei's bracelet.
Wait, did it just...
He checked one more time to be sure. Is this the combination to the safe?
14383421.
Oh my god, I'm making some more, usage out of my notebook page. I started on a second one, but I barely use it, so I'm going to somehow manage to write this code in the very margins of this. I don't think I'll need to remember it. I think, but you know, never can be too careful. 3, 4, 2, 1. 1438 3421. Oh my god, this is crazy.
Huh? Hey, what are those numbers?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I have an idea, but how would I know? Junpei didn't answer. He couldn't answer. He had no idea what they were either. Besides, he was sure he would forget the numbers in the order they came in if he said anything.
14383421.
Muttering the numbers to himself over and over, Junpei headed toward the bedroom.
14383421. 14383421. 14383421. 14383421.
Before long, he found himself in front of the safe again. Its lock was the only device he could think of that required a sequence of numbers such as the ones he just discovered. Besides, someone had opened the safe at least once already. Did Clover open it? Or had Clover come to the bedroom to open it? Junpei slowly dialed in the numbers the bracelet had given him.
1 to the right, 4 to the left, and... Oh,
Finished.
bingo. I knew it was for this.
A small telltale sign of a lock opening. He grabbed the handle, took a deep breath, and pulled it up.
Oh, is this some sort of note?
Inside was a piece of paper. It was roughly the same size as the one Clover had been holding.
Let's see.
Junpei picked it up. This is what it said. Fact number 1. The Nonary game was played once before, 9 years ago. Fact number 2. The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago. Snake. Fact number 3. It was planned by the following 4 people. Riedel Pharmaceuticals CEO. What? Okay, these names are familiar to me, but I'm going to start writing them down on my free page, because I do not have enough room for all that. Majority shareholder. Oh my god, oops. Stuff is flying everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick. This is gonna take me a second to write these, okay? Whew, okay, I wrote down all the names. I must punish them? For the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive. That innocent souls might be saved, I now state the truth. 0. Excuse me? I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrificed. Junpei left the closet. There were 5 people waiting for him in the bedroom. Ace, Lotus, Santa, Seven, and June. He looked at each one of them in turn, then slowly placed his hands in the pockets of his vest.
Sorry, but do you think you could all come with me?
Come with you.
I want all of you to go to the big hospital room.
Why?
There's something I want to be sure of.
What do you want to be sure of?
I want to know if the person I suspect is really the culprit.
Wait, then you're saying...
Yeah, I think I've got it figured out. I know who killed Snake and Clover.
The atmosphere in the room changed. Grief was suddenly gone, replaced by tension like a strap of leather stretched to its limit. 5 sets of eyes stared at Junpei. He pretended not to notice.
Anyway, if you could all please move to the big hospital room. I'll explain everything as soon as we get there.
Then, almost as if on cue, the bell began to ring. They all heard it. It was the bell from the clock on the main staircase. How many was that? The bell rang 5 times and ceased.
It's 5 o'clock.
You've only got an hour
We
left.
don't have a lot of time left. Let's go.
Slowly, one by one, they followed Junpei out of the bedroom.
Actually, before we get started, I was hoping you could do something for me.
Junpei stopped in front of door 3 and turned around.
Ace, 7, and Lotus, could you please place your palms on the red?
Alright. That'd be 8 and then 8.
Huh?
Why? If we need to get to the shower room, why don't we just...
No, we're not going inside. Once you've authenticated, step away from the door.
Why?
Please, just do it. Or perhaps you don't want to know who killed Snake and Clover.
Junpei's implication was clear, and Seven understood perfectly.
Fine.
What about you, Ace? Lotus?
Alright, let me look at that again.
Very well.
Sure.
Quickly, they pressed their palms onto the red. Once they had finished, they stepped away from the door as Junpei had instructed. 3 ashtrays shone from the red's display panel.
I have this idea. I don't think this device responds to a hand placed on it. It instead reacts to a bracelet being brought close. You don't actually need a hand.
Junpei approached it and held his bracelet over the scanner. He made quite sure he didn't place his palm on it, and instead only brought his bracelet near it. The 4th asterisk appeared,
I knew it.
just as Junpei had expected. It was possible to authenticate without placing one's palm on the red, so long as the bracelet was brought near it. Junpei pulled the lever down. Door 3 opened like a hungry mouth. 9 long seconds passed. And the door shut, unfed. Junpei walked slowly back to the others, who were waiting some distance from the door, talking to one another. Santa and June had joined them as well.
Huh?
It looked as though they hadn't found a chance to break into the conversation yet. As Junpei approached, they turned to look at him, curiosity played on their faces. Before long, the other 3 did as well.
What was that about?
How should I know?
Clearly, they were all expecting some answers.
Thanks. I appreciate your cooperation.
Clearly, they'd hoped for something more forthcoming. He continued.
By the way, Ace, would you mind if I asked you something?
What is it?
Do you know who I am?
What? What kind of question?
Just answer it, please. Who am I?
You're Junpei, of course. Who else would you be?
Unfortunately, that's the wrong answer. Actually, I'm Santa.
Oh my god, oh my god. That's the thing that I heard in the last, ending, in that weird, preview thing, because I actually saw a thing on the menu before I started the session. It said preview, and I was like, what is that? So I looked at it, and it was that, clip from the other ending, the last one, Coffin or whatever. I was, like, so confused as to what this meant, but, oh my god.
What?
Ace's voice was full of surprise, but it was also tinged with confusion and fear. Everyone else looked nearly as surprised. Santa looked especially shocked to discover he was actually Okay, that's quite funny. If he spoke, however, the trap would be exposed. Junpei quickly
The
continued.
clothes I'm wearing, I borrowed from Junpei. And the clothes he's wearing are mine. We had a little swap.
That's ridiculous. Impossible.
So, you're saying I'm not Santa?
Of course you aren't.
Why? What makes you so sure I'm not Santa?
If you were Santa, then door 3 wouldn't have opened for us just now. 1 plus 7 plus 8 plus 3 equals 19. 1 plus 9 would be 10. The digital route would be 1. But the 4 of us just opened door 3. You can't possibly be Santa. Your bracelet number isn't 3.
It's 5, right?
Only then, when it was too late, did Ace realize his mistake. He set his jaw and glared at Junpei.
You're exactly right. My bracelet number is 5.
As he spoke, Junpei lifted his wrist up to show everyone the bright red 5 on his wrist. That is clearly not red, but I'll give it a pass.
Sorry, Ace. I tricked you. Of course, I'm not really Santa. I'm Junpei. Who could possibly think I was? It's obvious I'm not. To think I was? Ridiculous. But I guess you couldn't see just how obvious it was. I asked you before, didn't I? What makes you so sure I'm not Santa? And you answered. If you were Santa, then door 3 wouldn't have opened for us just now. Most people wouldn't say something like that. The first thing that would come to anyone else's mind wouldn't be the bracelet number. There'd only be one thing they'd say. One sentence. You don't have his face. Ace, you have prosopagnosia. Am I right?
Junpei's voice was quiet and calm. He knew the truth. So did Ace.
Prosopagnosia?
The others looked confused.
What's that?
No clue.
Prosopagnosia is...
He heard Lotus begin to explain it to them. Ace glanced at them, then turned around toward Junpei and sighed.
Very well. I confess. I have prosopagnosia. I cannot differentiate human faces. Is that what this was about? You want to mock me for my disorder?
No, not at all. I'm not making fun of you at all. In fact, I feel kind of bad for you. No, the reason I brought this up is that there's an excellent chance the person who killed Snake has prosopagnosia.
Ace's face tightened, his eyes narrowed.
What do you mean?
Junpei leaned casually against the iron piping of one of the beds.
I'll just come right out with it. I think it was you, Ace. You killed him.
Junpei was suddenly very aware of 5 pairs of eyes on him. He had their undivided attention now. The room had grown very, very quiet. Junpei took a deep breath.
That's ridiculous. What possible evidence do you...
I have 3 pieces of evidence. The first. Think back to a few hours ago. You made us argue over the 3 doors here in the big hospital room. There was no way all 7 people could go through them. Lotus suggested that we sacrifice one of us.
Lotus looked away awkwardly. Aw, character development. Junpei glanced at her and continued.
Then you, Ace, said, I'll stay here. Why would you say something like that? It's pretty simple, really. You didn't want us to see the dead body in the shower room. You see? If Ace stayed behind, there were only 2 doors the rest of us could go through. Doors 7 and 8. There was no way we could get through door 3, the shower room. You knew that, didn't you, Ace? That's why you volunteered to stay behind.
Come on now. I think that's going a bit far. I can understand if you're jealous of my bravery, but please don't devalue my actions. I only wanted to save the rest of you. Surely you can understand my altruism.
Man, you know, someone who really did this out of the kindness of his heart wouldn't be talking like that.
Altruism, huh?
Junpei stared off into the darkness at something very interesting and lazily began to dig a persistent bit of wax out of his ear. What?
You already knew, didn't you? You knew that whichever doors we took, eventually we'd end up back in the big hospital room.
What on earth are you saying? Of course I didn't know that. How could I have?
Really?
Yes.
Bleeding was not something they'd heard from Ace before. Junpei pulled the piece of wax from his ear, glanced at it, and flicked it off, and why did we need this description?
Oh well, that's cool. I've still got 2 more pieces of evidence that say you're the killer. The second is that, as I said earlier, you have prosopagnosia.
Then you mean to imply that a person who can't distinguish human faces must be a bad person? Junpei, they call that prejudice.
That's crazy. That's actually a really fun line. Junpei, they call that prejudice.
No, I am not that stupid.
Then why?
Well, before I explain, I suppose there's something I should tell you. The corpse in the shower room. It's not Snake's.
What?
Ace's face went pale. The others looked confused as well. If the body wasn't
I
Snake's...
didn't put it together right away, but there was something Clover told me. She said that Snake's left arm was prosthetic. He'd lost his real arm in an accident, but the body we saw in the shower room, let's call him Guy X. Guy X's left arm was definitely flesh and blood. In other words, Guy X couldn't possibly have been Snake.
Oh God. No. That's impossible.
Ace started muttering deliriously to himself, shaking his head back and forth. Junpei was long past caring.
Let's say, hypothetically, that the killer didn't have prosopagnosia. If that were the case, he would immediately realize that Guy X wasn't Snake. Even if the clothes were the same as Snake's, their faces would be completely different. It would have been obvious they were different people. And yet, they still killed him. Why? Why would they kill a stranger who'd only just shown up? On the other hand, if the killer did have prosopagnosia, it makes sense. They thought Guy X was Snake and killed him.
Wait just a moment. Let's say you're right, and I mistook Guy X for Snake. Even if I did, I would have had no motive to kill him. Why would I want to kill Snake?
I can think of at least 2 motives. 1, Snake knew about your past. If he ever revealed what he knew, that would have been really bad for you. You really didn't want that to happen. So to make sure Snake's mouth stayed shut, you killed him.
Yeah, that note said definitively that bracelet number 2 knew about what's like involved in the experiments 9 years ago.
2. Snake had a grudge against you. You knew that. Or at least you could have easily assumed he did. Even without exposing your identity, he was a threat to you. You never knew when you might be attacked. You couldn't ever let your guard down. Every moment was a moment he might try something. You didn't want that kind of danger hanging over you. So you...
Hey, hold on a minute.
So this has been like lingering in my mind since I like finally realized that my combination of theories that Ace killed Snake and that Snake was alive, those would have meshed really weirdly. So I've been wondering, who is that guy? Who is the body in there? Because I thought that it would have had to be mutually exclusive. Like, if Snake, like, it was proven that that wasn't Snake's body, so I was like, well, I guess Ace didn't kill Snake, so I was really confused about that, but now I'm just, like, wondering, who is that then? Who is it? For the first time since the beginning of Junpei's explanation, someone besides Ace spoke.
What's the past that Ace wouldn't want us to know?
You're the one who told me about it, Santa. Don't you remember?
Why did Snake have a grudge against him?
Look at this.
He handed Santa a small piece of paper.
What's this piece of paper?
Santa squinted at the paper and began to
The
read.
Nonary game was played once before 9 years ago. The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago. It was planned by the following 4 people. Cradle Pharmaceuticals CEO Gentaro Hongo. What is this?
Slowly, Santa looked up from the paper. His eyes met
It's
Junpei's.
the message from Zero. It was in the safe in the first class cabin.
Then suddenly,
Give me a break!
Ace's face was red and shaking, and his voice was full of fury tinged with desperation.
That paper is a lie! Someone is trying to frame me!
Me. You said me, right?
Junpei's eyes narrowed, and the trap began to close. Ace inhaled sharply. His eyes flicked off of Junpei to anything else.
Wouldn't that mean you're admitting you're Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals? Or am I mistaken?
It was as though a switch had been flipped. The color drained from Ace's face, and he realized what he'd done. His eyes went wide.
Very well. I admit that much. I am certainly the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical, Gentaro Hongo. So what if I am? I don't know anything about this Nonary game that supposedly took place 9 years ago. Everything on that scrap of paper is bullshit. Someone is trying to set me up, you see? First of all...
Ace stammered as he tried desperately to work himself to a more tenable position.
Junpei, you're claiming I did this all by myself. Think that over, all right? How could I have killed Snake all by myself?
Not Snake. It was Guy X.
I don't care who it was. You said the killer put this other man into door 3, right?
Like I said, I know of a way. So they very clearly showed me that, like, what I said was right. Ace had the 9th man's bracelet. And with that and his bracelet, and then with Snake's.
Yeah, maybe.
Then I couldn't have possibly done that alone. I couldn't have opened door 3 with only myself and Guy X.
Nope. You could have.
Huh?
What?
Ace's face was tight and his teeth were clenched. Junpei fixed him with a level stare. The trap was about to close.
Actually, Ace, when you were unconscious, I took something from you. Remember when you were injected with that anesthetic and fell asleep in the big hospital room? Yeah, back then, I took this.
Junpei put his hand into his pocket.
No! You couldn't have!
Ace's right hand moved. Junpei
I
smiled.
got you, Ace. Your right hand there tells me all I needed to know. You want to tell me what you were so worried about? What's in your pocket? It's the number 9 bracelet, isn't it? Ace, Guy X, and the 9th man's bracelet. That was all you needed to open door 3. That's how you killed Guy X all by yourself, Ace. All you needed was the number 9 bracelet in your chest pocket.
Man, this whole episode has made me feel like a huge genius. It feels like all my theories are like coming together. It's so delicious. I'm so excited. Oh my god, I really did not want to distrust this guy, but like, man, they've really given me like... man. Ace lowered his hand from where it stopped, halfway to his pocket. He looked down at the floor, his face hidden from Junpei. But was this really, like, a bright idea to do? All this? Like, this is a killer. You're in a room with a killer right now. All he could see was the corner of Ace's mouth, twitching like a dying fish.
If you want to play innocent, that's fine by me. Go ahead. Tell me. I don't have the bracelet, if that's what you want to do. But if you could take off your coat and hand it to me, I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, we'll have to take it from you by force. Right, Seven?
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure.
Seven cracked his knuckles with a sound like gunfire. Okay. Oh my god. What did I say when I saw this pose? I said, this is the perfect pose for someone to do an evil laugh in. Am I crazy? Oh my god. I feel... Oh my god. I'm so happy right now. Ace roared with laughter. He threw his arms wide and his head back and laughed, filling the room with a sound that scarcely belonged there. I'm so excited. I'm sorry I'm getting, like, so giddy over this, but, like, man, this game makes me feel smart. And really stupid sometimes, too. Then it stopped. His arms came down and his head dropped to look straight ahead at Junpei. Oh my god, what is that? His face is flat and cold, devoid of any emotion?
Well done, Junpei.
Okay, sorry. The change in voice acting cracks me. What the heck?
As you so correctly deduced, I have the number 9 bracelet.
It does sound a little goofy, doesn't it? Just a little bit. Like, I can't take it all that seriously, to be honest.
I retrieved it while we were searching for the missing hardware for the Red. I left the room I was supposed to search and headed to the first-class cabin on B-deck.
His voice showed no emotion, no sense of remorse or interest. It was almost bored, as though he were reciting an especially dull corporate letter.
My purpose was to obtain the number 9 bracelet. 9 is a potent ally in the nonary game. Adding 9 to any set of numbers won't alter the digital root. As you can see, 9 is a very useful number here. With it, one can go anywhere, with anyone. It is, I suppose you could say, a game changer, so I made for the first-class cabin to obtain it. In mere moments, I successfully acquired the number 9 bracelet. There was also an unexpected bonus. The knife the 9th man had used.
Yeah, I've been wondering in the back of my mind, where on earth the people have been getting these knives, like, in the other endings. And I knew, in my heart of hearts, I don't know why I phrased it like that, but I knew that the only knife that we've ever seen thus far has been the one that this guy had. And, I didn't think too hard about that. Like, it just seemed simple enough to not worry about it, but I didn't really consider the implications of that beyond that. Like, I didn't really think that if someone had taken something from that guy, that it also would have taken the bracelet. In fact, I was more fixated on the bracelet. But it was kind of weird, considering that all the other weapons we've seen have been shown before. Like the axe, we saw that in room 1. And the, right before it ended up in that ending. And then in the revolver, we didn't see it in the same ending, but we did see it in the last ending that I went to. And, like, by then I knew where it was from. But the knife had only ever been in the scene in the beginning with the 9th guy and, Clover.
I quickly pocketed both of them and left. I made my way back to where I was expected to be.
So this also, like, all but confirms that Ace was the killer in the knife ending. I had already suspected that, but this confirms it for me.
That's when I ran into Snake. Well, this guy X, actually. I spotted him ahead of me.
This is so confusing to me, though. Who is this guy X? If Snake is alive, who is that? The rest of us were all here. Some 10th person was here.
He was heading for the large hospital room and hadn't noticed me. The man wearing Snake's clothes arrived at door 3.
It has to have been some sort of trap, if he was clearly wearing Snake's clothes. And whoever set this up knew that Ace could not recognize faces. This had to be some sort of trap for Ace. Or to set up the whole thing with Clover, and to stir discourse among them.
When he stopped, I walked up behind him and called out, "Snake." He turned around.
Oh my god, who is that?
He said nothing. His mouth simply hung half open.
Was he drugged? Is he confused? Like,
He seemed dazed somehow, almost like a man half asleep. Perhaps he had been drugged. It wasn't important. I tend to gloss over little things like that. I was certain that man was Snake. I knew Snake had taken part in the nonary game 9 years ago.
Is this one of the other people from the Fredo Pharmaceutical Company? If this is the CEO, I mean Ace is the CEO, would it have been the chief of staff or the R&D supervisor, the shareholder? I have their names written down, but
Being
you know.
blind, it made sense that he didn't recognize me immediately upon our first meeting.
Because the letter also said that they were going to get revenge for the innocent that have been sacrificed.
But why then hadn't Snake said anything to me later? Surely he hadn't forgotten what had happened to him in the nonary game, but not once did he attempt to confront me. Did his lack of sight prevent him from fully recognizing who I was?
I don't think so.
Or perhaps Snake had conspired with Zero to deceive me. Regardless, he was a threat, and it was better to deal with him sooner rather than later. I had to get rid of him before he took action. With quick thinking, my plan went into motion immediately.
Do you think this was a trap set up by Snake himself? I'm so curious, because even if he didn't die, that leaves the question of, where is he? And that leads me to think it was in the coffin that we got cut off from in the last ending. And, man, I'm just so excited to see what happens in this next ending.
I held the number 9 bracelet over the red. I waved my own bracelet in front of the red, and then grabbed Snake's arm and shoved his hand against the scanner panel. The door opened. I threw the man through it. 9 seconds later, the door shut.
Sorry, Guy X.
81 seconds passed.
The man inside the door passed away.
After that, I returned to my post as though nothing had happened. After conducting my own search, I returned to the large hospital room when the 1 a.m. bell rang.
Ace's eyes were cold and his cheeks were hollow and pallid. When he spoke, only his lips and tongue moved. The rest of his face was eerily still. Junpei glared at Ace. He took a deep breath and thought about the next question he had asked. He didn't want to. He knew what the answer would be. He just didn't want to hear it. Junpei swallowed, then spoke.
Ace, did you kill Clover?
Yes.
Why? Why did you kill her?
She was Snake's sister. It was possible he had told her something dangerous. Additionally, she had gone through door 1. It seemed likely she might have found it.
Found what?
Why don't you go through door 1 yourself? Perhaps it's hidden somewhere.
Seven and Lotus interrupted.
Yeah, but Lotus and I went through door 1 too.
We didn't see anything suspicious.
Yes. I thought as much after I heard your report at the central stairs. I doubt the two of you could find it.
Huh?
But perhaps Clover was different. Perhaps she had found it. I was, therefore, desperate to find her. And at last I did, in the first-class cabin. I spoke very calmly. Did you see it?
See what?
Don't act as if you don't understand. You were in the captain's quarters, weren't you?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Very well. By the way, what are you doing here, Clover?
What? Nothing.
There's blood on your shoes. It looks fresh. Did you go take a look at the 9th man's corpse? I see. Your silence suggests that you noticed. You saw something, didn't you? You saw that his bracelet was gone.
No!
Clover ran. She made for the exit, but Ace stood in her way.
You aren't going anywhere.
He caught her by the collar as she passed and threw her to the floor hard.
You're staying here.
No!
She leapt back up and darted past him into the hallway. Ace followed at a run.
Don't you run, little girl.
He was faster. Oh my god. And like I said, in the axe ending, she killed innocent people. And the true killer got away.
That was how I killed Clover.
His face hadn't changed. If he felt guilt or remorse, anything one might feel after taking the life of another human being, it didn't show.
You son of a bitch!
Seven's whole body trembled with rage, and his voice rumbled with hate. Santa's eyes were bloodthirsty, and Lotus and June's faces were distorted by anger and hatred. Ace looked at them and smiled. It was a cold, cruel thing, with no humor in it. He shook his head and sighed.
I admit it. I've lost. I have lost. Completely and utterly. Don't misunderstand, Junpei. I didn't lose to you. I lost to Zero. Not you. I'm rather disgusted with myself for falling into such a simple trap. I looked the fool. And it was a trap. Make no mistake. I was trapped and manipulated by Zero. The man I killed in the shower room? If he wasn't Snake, then I have no idea who he was. But he was wearing Snake's clothes. And that was no coincidence. He had also been injected with something that reduced his cognition and prevented him from identifying himself or resisting me. And we can't forget the components that were removed from the red before we arrived. I have no doubt that Zero planned all of this. Zero made sure I would kill that man. It follows, of course, that Zero knew everything I would do. That I would try to take the number 9 bracelet. That I would try to kill Snake. Everything.
Suddenly, Junpei remembered the paper he'd found at the safe. He remembered the last words he had written on it. I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive, that innocent souls might be saved. I now seek the truth. Zero. And he remembered other words he'd heard from Clover.
I think Zero is one of us.
Huh?
One by one, Junpei looked at the 5 people sitting in front of him. Ace, Santa, June, Seven, Lotus.
Zero is one of us? No. Wait, there's one more person. Snake. The man who died in the shower room isn't Snake. That means he's almost certainly still alive. Maybe Snake is Zero. Maybe he made Guy X wear his clothes so that we'd all think he was dead. Where's Snake now? What if he's off somewhere laughing at us?
Yeah. When I was talking about the gas stuff earlier, that I was not necessarily saying that I think Ace is Zero. Because, from that note, it became proof to me that indeed, Zero was actually out to get him. So unless this is like some weird, elaborate, extra double-crossing, insane scheme where he put himself in a game to punish himself, which sounds insane, I don't think that's him, but I do think that the gas they used was probably from the company of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
If he is Zero, he must have been lying to us about everything else. Is he watching us?
That's a funny concept to me.
Well, I believe I've finished with my confession. Why don't we get moving?
He sounded as if he'd just finished doing nothing more exciting than describing the weather. For Santa, it was the last straw.
What the hell is this shit? You aren't going anywhere, you son of a bitch! We're gonna leave your ass here to rot!
Why? Because I killed Clover? That's ridiculous. Why are you so upset that I killed the little bitch? She was nothing to you. A stranger you only met a few hours ago. Am I wrong? You bastard!
I was too mad to speak. Seven roared and lifted a fist that would likely have shattered Ace's jaw. But someone else was faster. It was Lotus. She stepped toward Ace, raised a fist of her own, and drove it straight into his nose.
Blindsiding me with a punch, huh? You've got some fire, don't you?
I'm scared for her.
I confess, I rather like a tough woman.
He sniffed and wiped a small trickle of blood from his nose with a raised eyebrow.
Well, maybe you'd like another one then.
I'm scared. Does he still have the knife?
Before that, let me give you one of my own.
Huh?
Lotus scarcely had time to blink. Ace snaked his arms around her and pulled Lotus's back up against him. In the same motion, I knew it. What the? Bruh. I did not know. Oh my god. Bruh. Holy crap. What is with these people? It was a gun. A revolver. Almost lazily, he tilted it to point at Lotus's head. So... why is everyone insane? I'm upset.
If any of you so much as blink, I won't hesitate to pull this trigger.
Oh my gosh, darling, I hope you're okay.
I've already killed 3 people. Don't think I'm not ready to make it 4.
3 people? What do you mean?
Does that include, Snake's sister.
Very well. Let me take this opportunity to
Or
illuminate.
is it the captain guy in cabin 1?
The person who killed the 9th man was me.
Oh! Oh my god, I completely forgot that guy existed for his even though his bracelet thing was super relevant. Yeah, like I was thinking about that, like in the back of my mind the whole time. About the whole he lied thing. And I also like thought of it briefly when he was talking about how useful the 9th bracelet would be. And clearly that would like imply that he had a good amount of use for it. And that he'd want to get it.
Although I suppose to be more accurate, I encouraged him to get himself killed. While we were examining the main staircase, he came to me and told me his name. I recognized it at once, so I gave him a little push. Just a little white lie. It seems the settings for the dead were altered. Now it only requires a single person to deactivate the detonator in the bracelet.
So I'm assuming that means he's one of the people that were involved here.
Investigate what's beyond door 5. We'll meet again later.
So it must have been one of this guy's accomplices. The chief of staff, the R&D supervisor, or the shareholder.
And with that,
Okay. Have a good one, guys.
Oh my god, I haven't heard this guy's goofy voice acting in so long.
I'm going off ahead now. Well then.
Why is it stopping? God damn it! You lied! Open the door, please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out of here! Oh my
Yes,
God,
I don't want to
listen,
hear him die
It
again.
was him!
Yes, I remember. He lied. He was the one who killed me. Oh my god.
I had 4 reasons for killing him.
I don't want to see this picture. Why? But the...
As I said before, in the nonary game, the number 9 bracelet is of utmost importance. If I had allowed him to keep such a useful tool, he, or it, would have become a threat to me. As such, I decided that he should be eliminated early on. I wanted the number 9 bracelet. If I could manage to obtain it, I would be able to manipulate the game as I saw fit. I would be unable to acquire the bracelet unless its owner was. That's the second
Oops.
reason.
I didn't mean to advance that early.
Even setting aside his number, he would have been nothing but trouble for me.
Oh crap, what the...
He was aware of my past. He knew what happened here 9 years ago.
Okay. So yes, that does heavily imply that this guy was also involved with Cradle Pharmaceuticals somehow.
It was important that I eliminate him before he was able to disseminate this information. Lastly, I wished to conduct a simple test. A test to see if this nonary game was serious, or a poor attempt at a joke. I needed to be quite sure. As such, I encouraged him to act against the rules so that I might observe the outcome.
Junpei glared at him.
I don't get your third motive. What the hell happened 9 years ago?
Didn't I say? The nonary game was played. I planned it out, and I conducted its execution.
Why? What on earth was it supposed to do?
I don't really think I have any obligation to tell you that.
Ace smirked. He was trying to provoke them, and it was working. Although Ace had paid very little attention to Lotus after catching her, the gun had never wavered from her temple. She looked quite pale, and when she spoke, her voice shook.
Hey, what's with this gun? Where did he get this?
Why don't you tell her, Santa?
Santa ground his teeth and glared at Ace.
On the other side of door 6, we found the gun in the coffin in the cargo room, right? The bastard must have grabbed it when we weren't looking.
Indeed I did. That was a pretty serious mistake, you know. Just saying you intended to leave it behind.
Late Ace laughed, a short derisive snort, and gave Junpei a sickeningly pitying look.
Well, there isn't much time left. I'll be...
Well, where are you going?
Do I really need to explain? I have the number 9 bracelet. And now I have Lotus.
Okay.
Wasn't there a door with a 9 on it in
Yeah.
the room that looked like a church? That's where you're going, isn't it?
And how do you know that?
Santa told me about it while we were looking for Clover.
I see.
Oops, crap, I did not mean to do that.
Well, you are correct. That is my destination. But now I must say goodbye to all of you. Ah, and please, Don't forget my warning. Move and I'll pull the trigger. I don't need her alive to open the door, you know.
As he spoke, Ace began backing toward the door, practically dragging Lotus behind him.
Shit! He's getting away! But we can't risk it.
Junpei, Santa, June, and Seven stood, frozen. Ace at the face of a man gone mad. They had no doubt he would pull the trigger. Ace had reached the exit.
Now, Lotus. Open the door for me if you would.
He forced Lotus to open it, then turned and addressed them once more.
Goodbye.
Then he stepped through the door. It fell shut. In the blink of an eye, they were gone.
Damn it!
As soon as Ace and Lotus were gone, Junpei and the others leapt for the door in pursuit of Ace. But as Junpei laid his hand on the doorknob... Oh my god, are you okay? There's a noise behind him. He looked over his shoulder. Oh my god, not again. June was kneeling on the floor, breathing heavily. This looks exactly the same as last time. Except now Santa's there.
Hey, June, what happened? Are you alright?
Santa ran to June and wrapped his arm around her before she could collapse all the way.
Jesus, you're burning up. Your fever's back. Are you okay?
This is like a sickening parallel to what I saw in the other ending, where he had her at gunpoint. June's fever had returned, again for no apparent reason. Her eyes were watery and her eyelids drooped. Her breath came in dry, shallow gasps.
I'm okay. Really. I'm fine.
We still haven't figured out what her fever is. I'm so worried.
You should be worrying about Lotus.
She was breathing hard now, and she could barely summon the strength to talk.
But
What? Junpei was torn. He couldn't leave June alone in the state she was in. But every moment they waited, Ace was farther away, Lotus's life in his hands. What was Junpei supposed to do? June's eyes drifted to Junpei's. She managed to muster a weak smile.
Jumpy, don't worry about me. I just need a little rest. I'll be fine. Don't you remember? I just needed to rest a little bit last time.
Okay.
So please, please save Lotus.
Alright.
Think about what Ace has already done, Junpei. When he's got what he needs from Lotus, you really think he's just gonna let her walk away?
I don't think that.
Damn it. You guys go on ahead. Soon as June starts feeling better, we'll follow you. Go!
Junpei looked at June. She nodded once. She couldn't manage much more. But it was all the confirmation Junpei needed. His resolve was set.
all right. Come on, Seven. We're going after Ace.
Hell yeah!
Santa, you take good care of June. I'm trusting you.
Got it.
Santa nodded. Junpei turned before he had a chance to change his mind, and started running toward the door. He could hear Seven's heavy footsteps behind
Let's
him.
go!
Junpei and Seven exploded into the hallway, their feet pounding the metal floor as they ran. Junpei and Seven had finally arrived at the church, exhausted and out of breath. As their lungs struggled to catch their breath, their eyes frantically scanned the room.
Where are they?
I don't see them.
You think they already went through?
He reached up to wipe a palmful of sweat from his brow.
Maybe.
Even as he spoke, Junpei was already on his way to the larger of the number 9 doors.
Let's check the red.
Vacant? The display panel read vacant. He spun around and headed toward the smaller door. This red would tell him if Ace and Lotus had moved to another room. Engaged.
It's occupied.
That means Ace and Lotus went through here.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Junpei and Seven stepped away from the door. They returned to the center of the room and began to talk.
What do we do now?
Yeah, what should we do? Well, the big door is still vacant, but...
The two of us can't do anything with it.
Yeah, not even counting how our digital route isn't 9.
Yeah. 7, 5. What would we need from that? That would make 12. And we would need 18. I don't think we can do anything. Just then, as they were pondering what we could do next. Oh my god. There was a noise. A noise like someone hitting a thick wooden panel.
What's that sound?
This is a long ending sequence. Now that I'm complaining, it's making me feel really vindicated in my theories. Junpei looked up, surprised. Sen followed suit, his eyes jumping around the room, looking for the source of the sound. Alright, I already know where it is. You don't have to make this build up again. Oh, that's some nice candles.
It's coming from over there.
It wasn't long before they found the altar. Or more precisely, what was on it.
The coffin.
Yeah.
Let's open it.
How?
By force!
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well, you never know till you try, right? The only necessity for success is the willingness to suffer 1,000 failures.
What? Okay. Okay then, that's a bit strange.
Who said that?
I forget. Anyway, we've got to try.
Junpei and Seven left the coffin. They grabbed hold of what purchase they could find and pulled. It's not gonna open.
Damn it!
See? Didn't I tell you? If you could just pull it open, why would it have something like that?
Seven pointed at a keypad on the side of the coffin.
Right. So unless I put in the right passcode, it's not gonna open.
The noise hadn't stopped. In fact, as it continued, it had only gotten louder and more forceful. What were they supposed to do, Junpei wondered.
Was there some sort of clue somewhere?
Was it the, is it the same numbers as the safe? Okay. Or is this gonna be the end again? They stood there for a few moments, staring at the coffin, and then Seven spoke.
Hey, Junpei. I remember you mumbling about some weird numbers over by the bathroom in the first-class cabin. You got those numbers by solving the secret message Clover was holding, right? Truth had gone, or something like that.
Yeah, I actually have it written down. Hold on, let me look again. It is 14383421.
Yeah, that's right. What about it?
Well, maybe that number's the passcode for this thing, too.
Come on, that's impossible. Those numbers were the code to unlock that safe.
Yeah, but the person who set up that safe in this coffin is the same person, right? Zero set up both of these.
Yeah, probably.
Well, then they might have set the same passcode for both of them.
That's ridiculous.
Why don't you just try it? I mean, it's not like you'll make things any worse.
It'd just be a waste of time. There's no way they're the same number.
How do you know that? You never know until you try. The only necessity for success is the willingness to suffer 1,000 failures.
Who said that?
You.
Fine.
He knelt down in front of the keypad and looked at it. Perhaps because he'd repeated them so many times before, the numbers came easily to Junpei's mind.
1438 3421.
Quickly, he typed them in. He checked that he'd entered the right numbers, took a deep breath, and pressed the E button. It only took a moment.
What? You gotta be kidding me.
There was a click. And with a heavy clunk, the lid of the coffin slid off onto the floor. Someone sat up from inside. Oh my god!
Snake!
You? Why?
Ah, so nice to see you. Man, I'm so happy. Man, this is messed up.
Ah, those voices. Junpei and Seven, unless I'm mistaken.
Oh my god, this guy. I'm like in tears right now.
Where are the others? Are they elsewhere?
Oh, why are you so calm about this, man? Oh my god. Of course, there was no reason Snake would have known anything about where anyone else would be. Junpei and Seven looked at one another. There was a great deal he needed to know, but also, what are you wearing, my man? It looks fabulous on you. I love it. They had to tell him something, however, so they began to talk. Snake explained to them how he came to be locked in the coffin. Apparently, he'd been hit with some sort of knockout gas, and Junpei and Seven explained what had happened to the rest of them.
I see. I believe I got the gist of everything. Have I been sufficiently caught up?
Oh my god, what is that the, what was it, Mercury? The woman with horns on it. It's Lotus. But she also has a ball over her head. No comment on that. What is this robe? What? No, there was one thing they kept from him. There was one thing, however, that neither Seven nor Junpei could bring themselves over. Oh my god. The Ace had killed Clover. They feared that if Snake knew, he might well go insane.
Yeah.
They decided as much by a look the moment Snake had climbed out of the coffin.
That still doesn't explain why you were trapped in here.
We've still got no clue about Zero's true identity, let alone why the hell he's doing all this. Why did he put Guy X in Snake's clothes? Is all this stuff somehow related to that nonary game that was played 9 years ago?
Hey, Snake, do you know anything?
Junpei put the question to Snake. His answer was less than illuminating.
What are you talking about? I apologize, but I have no idea what you're saying.
It seemed as though Snake was, perhaps, not being entirely honest, but that knowledge did Junpei and Seven little
Oh,
good.
come on, just tell us if you know.
I don't know what to tell you. How can I know something I don't?
What happened to you knowing a great many things? No matter how many times they asked, he insisted that he knew nothing. It was becoming clear that Snake wouldn't give in. And every second they spent asking him was a second wasted.
This is bad. We're running out of time.
We need to go after Ace.
However, they stood in silence, the overpowering atmosphere of the chapel almost stifling. Junpei, Seven, and Snake simply stood at a loss for what they should do next.
What do we do now?
He glanced over at Snake's wrist. Sure enough, he could see the 2 on the bracelet on Snake's wrist. So, let me do some math. So, Junpei? That's 5. 7, that's 12. No. But even with Snake, that would be, what would it be? 14. That would make 5. Sorry, my brain was completely blanking out. I don't even know why I forgot that. They all went through the 5 door together. They would need other people. Dear. They would need Clover's bracelet. Oh, dear.
The 3 of us can't make a digital route of 9.
Yeah, we just get 5.
Let me do some quick math. So it would be 2, 5, right, and 7. That's who we have right now. If we add these 2, that's also 5. But also with Clover's bracelet. Now that would be too many people, though. This is difficult. 2, 5, 7. Alright, so from here we have 14. We need to get 18. The only way we can do that is with Clover's bracelet, I believe.
We're stuck here then.
Oh dear.
Oh. Hey, I just remembered something.
Seven began patting his pockets, as if he were checking to see if any of them held anything.
What?
What is it?
Oh god, does he have it? Does he have her bracelet?
I found something
no.
earlier.
What did you find?
This.
He finally found the pocket he wanted, and his hand dove into it. Seven pulled out something round and metal. Oh, 0. A bracelet. There's no mistaking the number glowing at them from the face like a cartoon eye.
0. Zero's
That was from
bracelet.
the captain guy.
What did you say? Are you saying that 7 has the number 0 bracelet?
Yeah.
What is happening? This ending is so long. What the crap? What the...
Where did you get that?
Snake's question was innocent enough, but if he learned the truth, if he'd been able to see, he would have noticed Seven look away.
Clover gave it to me.
She did?
Yeah.
How did she come by it?
Oh god.
Well, she found it. See,
This is... I'm scared he's gonna ask where she is.
on the other side of door 1, A deck, in the captain's quarters. She asked me to hold on to it because it was too big and bulky for her to be lugging around.
He's lying.
Junpei could tell right away that Seven wasn't telling the
He
truth.
even told us earlier.
I haven't actually looked at it yet. Didn't want to disturb the crime scene, you know? Basic stuff. Well, I did borrow one thing.
He probably said that so Snake doesn't find out about Clover.
All right, Junpei. Been nice knowing you.
Wait, what?
What? Oh my god. Yeah, if Seven and Snake go, they can use the 0 bracelet to go.
Come on, man. I'm just kidding. Still,
Thanks for
just
giving
in
me a heart
case, I
attack.
want to make sure the 0 bracelet gets picked up by the red. Snake, give me a hand, all right?
Without waiting for a response, he started walking toward the door. Junpei and Snake followed him quietly. Before long, they found themselves in front of the larger of the 2 doors. Seven and Snake put their palms in the red. Yeah, there's this fake-ass hand. that looks like literal paste and glue. I'm sorry, that feels kind of ableist to say. I feel bad now. But, like, it's so unnaturally white. Like, I'm confused why I didn't pick a more natural-looking color. The technology just not there at the time. A third asterisk appeared on the screen. Now they just needed to pull the lever and the door would open.
Huh? Why isn't it opening?
Well, the third asterisk lit up, so it must have registered the zero bracelet.
Maybe it isn't actually zero.
Yeah, maybe it's like a fake.
What?
That bracelet may not actually produce the number 0 when scanned. That is what I'm saying.
Like, the display doesn't necessarily have to match with the programming of the bracelet. Like, clearly that was, like, set up to make the captain look like Zero, but not actually. So, I don't know.
Why don't we try a few different combinations? Perhaps we can determine what number that bracelet actually contains.
Oh, got it!
Junpei nodded. He decided to use the following combination. Let's try all of us.
Let's try all 3 of us and the bracelet.
Snake and Junpei said, okay.
If this combination works, then the number for this bracelet is 4.
Okay.
It didn't
That's
open.
not it.
Then this bracelet is not 4.
Then,
Junpei continued. Okay. Let's do this
let's
one.
try me, 7, and the bracelet. If this combination works, then the number for this bracelet is 6.
They scanned in the bracelets. That's it.
It opened.
Yes, so it would seem.
7 clearly hadn't thought their experimentation would produce anything useful, and looked rather confused. Snake was, as usual, calm and smug. The door slid closed. Junpei's forehead furrowed as he thought.
That means the bracelet is actually 6.
6, huh?
But how is that possible? The display on the bracelet clearly shows a 0.
Suddenly, from somewhere far beneath them, they heard the creaking groan of terry metal. With it came the sound of water pouring into parts of the ship that had, until recently, been dry. Out of time, huh?
Oh man, that's not good. I guess our time's just about up, huh?
At any rate, we know now that the door can be opened. Let's go!
But, Snake, are you sure?
Yeah. You know that only Junpei and I can go through this way.
You needn't worry. I have a solution to this problem. My last resort. But if now is not the time for last resorts, then when?
Last?
Resort?
It's gonna cut his life into pieces. Has anyone Oh, I was about to ask, has anyone tried running through a door that, was open but they didn't scan? I was curious about that, but it sounds like he did follow in. Junpei, 7, and Snake ran full tilt down a long, straight hallway. They were headed for the stern of the ship, and had no time for distractions. As they ran, 7 spoke.
Gotta admit, you really surprised me there, kid. I couldn't figure out how the hell you were gonna get out of that one. How come you didn't do that right off the bat?
As I told you, it was a last resort. Had I used it at the beginning of the game, I would have come under a great deal of suspicion.
What?
I imagine that most people would have taken it to mean that I was Zero. Once they'd convinced themselves of that, I wasn't optimistic about my chances of making it out of here alive, let alone unscathed.
I'm very confused. What happened here? What is the solution?
I felt it best to play my cards close to the chest, as it were. That way, if I were in a situation where there was nothing else I could do, I'd have a little trick up my sleeve. I'd just take my bracelet off.
What? Snake's plan had been simple but effective. He'd simply What? Ow, to Junpei it looked as though Snake had... Oh my god! He has a fake arm! That's crazy! It had looked as though Snake had simply crushed the bones of his hand until they were small enough to fit through the wristband. Of course, that would have been practically impossible, so... How'd he done it?
My brother's left arm.
Yeah.
It's fake.
Snake had slid the bracelet off and tossed it into the coffin.
I know this is kind of a weird thing to say, but I'm glad that's a fake arm.
Don't have to be afraid of the door if you don't got a bracelet.
You are correct.
He'd walked through the door easily without authenticating. He stepped out at the other side unscathed and begun running down the hall alongside Seven and Junpei. They kept running for a while longer and eventually came upon a set of stairs leading downward on the right side of the hallway. They stopped and peered down at the
I
staircase.
think these stairs connect to the bottom deck.
Doesn't look like it's underwater.
They nodded quickly to one another and jogged down the stairs. It took only a few minutes to make their way to the bottom deck. There was a single hallway in front of them, at the end of which was a single door.
Let's go through that door.
Junpei threw it open. Oh my god, where am I? Inside was a massive iron gate. A plate was affixed to the top of it. Caution, incinerator.
Incinerator?
Oh my. That doesn't sound very pleasant. Do you see a lever near the gate, perhaps?
Yeah, right over here.
How did you know that?
Well, I'd be happy to regale you with the story. I imagine it should only take half a day or so.
I love this prick. Junpei grumbled, gave Snake a dirty look, and jogged over to the lever. His
If you
ending is
pull it,
insane.
the door ought to open.
Got it.
He pulled the lever down. With the rumble of an ancient motor, the door opened. There was no need to hold back and no time to hesitate. They pushed their way inside. Standing in front of them were Ace and Lotus. Ace still held the revolver in his hand. It was still pressed hard against Lotus's temple. A small dark bruise had begun to form near the tip. Even from several yards away, Junpei could see that Lotus was shaking. She was terrified, but perhaps more interesting was what Junpei saw behind them. 9. Another number 9 door.
What? Why? Why is there another one?
The door stopped Junpei in his tracks. It simply shouldn't have been there. As his brain finally began to consider why, the whine of a warning klaxon filled the air, drowning out any thought.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 9 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Oh my, how exciting. You've run quite a show here, Zero.
A terrifying smile twisted Ace's face.
What's the matter? Too frightened to understand? Here, let me explain.
It's said that the incineration system is about to activate. In 9 minutes, this room will be engulfed in flame.
Who are you?
You don't recognize me? I'm hurt. It's me, Snake.
Snake? Oh, yes. You are alive. I'm afraid your bizarre style had me confused.
Leave him be. I quite liked his little weird getup.
I'm quite glad to see that you're alive.
Ace's voice didn't change. Snake ground his
If you
teeth.
don't mind my asking, how did you get here? Snake, Junpei, 7. The 3 of you couldn't have opened a door with a 9. Did you use Clover's bracelet, perhaps?
What?
Crap. Oh my god, no, he's finding out.
Ah, well, your reaction suggests that you did not.
Hold on. Why did you think we'd have Clover's bracelet?
Junpei felt his chest tighten.
Oh, they haven't told you?
Told me what?
Clearly not. Normally, I would take some time and enjoy the moment. But I'm afraid my time is at a premium just now. I'll have to make this quick. Clover.
Don't do it, Ace! Keep your goddamn mouth shut!
Clover.
I said stop it! Don't listen to him, Snake!
Junpei could feel his voice growing hoarse, but Snake didn't listen
What
to him.
happened to Clover?
Ace looked at him. The corner of his mouth curled into the hook of a cruel smile.
Clover died.
The color left Snake's face. He shook his head weakly.
No, that's not true. That's impossible. It's a lie. It has to be a lie.
Oh, it's quite true. I can assure you of that. I killed her myself, you see.
What?
Oh my god, his eyes.
I'm sorry, did I stutter? I killed her.
Snake's face twisted into a mask of rage, mottled red rising to dot his pale skin. His entire body shook. He looked to Junpei disturbingly like a demon.
I would have rather she died with less suffering. A bullet in her brain, perhaps, would have been ideal. Unfortunately, that would have made quite a bit of noise. Circumstances being what they were, I was forced to settle for the knife. The one the 9th man had, you remember. I believe I caught her just below the shoulder blade. I was rather lucky, in fact. My first thrust went right between her ribs. Her flesh was so soft. My knife slid in so easily. There was no resistance.
It's making me sick listening to this.
That feeling was...
Ugh.
I confess, I feel rather excited. It is a powerful memory. Someday, perhaps, I hope I can feel it again.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
I'm going to kill you.
Snake's words were a guttural growl, barely audible.
What was that?
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Ah, so you're going to kill me. Please do. Come now. I'm waiting.
Don't do it! Don't listen to him, Snake! Stop it, kid. He's screwing with your head.
Is there a problem? What are you waiting for, boy? Don't you want me to send you to join your sister?
This guy reminds me so much of, another character. Actually, several other characters. But I'm scared to say who they are because it might spoil the games they're from. But, yeah. I'm getting some unpleasant feelings. Very familiar feelings.
Don't! The Snake! Don't do it!
But Snake could no longer hear them. Snake could no longer hear anything. Oh my god, he's so badass. Please don't die. Snake moved like a bolt of lightning. His scream echoed through the incineration chamber, full of rage and despair.
Snake! Snake!
Oh my god. No. Another scream filled the room. It was Lotus. She ran across the room toward Junpei, her eyes wide with terror.
Lotus! Hurry! This way!
Snake's ill-fated attack had loosened Ace's grip on her, and she made a run for it. She reached Seven and Junpei and ducked behind them.
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
Give me the woman.
He raised the
I
gun.
need her. Without her bracelet, I will be unable to open this door. Quickly now.
The way
Don't
we
have
have these
time for
math
your
equations
shenanigans.
pop up in the middle of these intense scenes will never fail to crack me up a little. In the center of the room, Snake's body lay eerily still. He looked like a human larva, prone and vulnerable on the floor.
I see. Then it would seem I have no choice. The rest of you must die as well. Fortunately, I have 5 bullets left.
Holy crap, I just checked the recording time and we're over 2 hours. Man, this edit is long.
1 for Junpei, another for Lotus, and the last 3 for that lump of idiotic man you call Seven. I will take Lotus's body with me and leave this room.
Incineration will begin in 4 minutes.
Why is time suddenly moving so fast? Like, it did not take a full minute to have that conversation.
Well, it looks as though our time together is at an end. I rather enjoyed playing with you.
Why is this like
Damn
the
it.
worst guy ever? Junpei could see Ace's finger tighten. He could see it begin to squeeze down on the trigger. His body tense, preparing for the catastrophic impact of hot lead against human flesh.
Goodbye.
Then it happened.
Kill you.
Oh my god, Snake! Oh my god. Snake stood up.
What?
Where are your
No,
shoes?
That's impossible.
Put those dogs away, man. This is not the time. For the first time, Ace's composure broke. With obvious effort, Snake lunged forward, one step closer to Ace. Then another. He looked for all the world like a zombie.
Kill you. I'll kill you.
His voice was the mournful wailing of the undead.
Stay away from me. Get back. Stop. If you come any closer, I'll... Get away from me.
Little by little, Ace was retreating. Snake didn't stop. He continued his stiff, inexorable approach, his eyes twin pools of pure fury.
Listen to me. I said don't come any closer. Shit. You bastard.
That's all the bullets you have. Game's over, Ace. Ace's revolver leapt 5 times. 5 times, the air in the incinerator was split by the crack of a bullet. Snake's body twitched as 5 clouds of blood and torn flesh leapt into the air across his body. A fine pink mist drifted from his body and disappeared. Junpei didn't have time to ponder what that meant before. And then his strength was gone. His legs crumbled, and his broken and battered body slid to the floor.
Incineration will begin in 3 minutes.
Finally. You're...
The snake wasn't done.
I'll kill you.
Even as the pool of blood beneath him grew, he began to move. He half crawled, half slid toward Ace. Oh my god. One bloody arm wrapped itself around Ace's leg,
You won't get away.
and the other gripped his thigh with strength that should have been long gone.
You son of a bitch! You're a monster! Get off me! Let me go, damn you!
He kicked at Snake with his free leg, driving his foot into Snake's face, his arm, his shoulder. It made no difference. Snake refused to release him. Once a snake has ensnared its prey, it really doesn't release it.
This is it, Ace. We're going to burn to death together.
What?
Incineration will begin in 2 minutes.
Yeah, damn it! Damn you! Get off! Let me go, you monster! Okay, look. Think about it this way. My company owns a wonderful hospital. It has excellent doctors. You're not wounded too seriously. I'm sure they can fix you up easily.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You don't have to die. You could be saved. Just let me go.
Even if you saved him, it's not gonna bring his sister back.
Pathetic. Begging for your life.
Then Seven and Lotus began to speak. Junpei could hear tears in their voices and their words were strained.
Snake, that's enough. You can stop now.
Yes! He's right, Snake. You've done enough!
Come on, Snake, let's go. Let's get out of here.
You have to come with us. We have to leave together.
Snake turned toward them. Soft and blood splattered across the floor. I had to take a small cry break and I accidentally advanced text somehow. Then he smiled a sad sort of smile. He said, I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't do that.
You'd best forget about me. You need to leave soon. I'm going to take him with me.
Shut up! Be quiet!
That voice line was a
Couldn't
bit funny.
save Clover. My sister died because of me. Perhaps this will begin to atone for that. Perhaps in the afterlife, she can forgive me. Now go. Go now. You have to go.
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
God damn it! Shit! We're out of time! We gotta go!
Seven ran for the exit. Lotus followed him, but Junpei couldn't move. What about Santa? What about June? There were white lines on Snake's cheeks where his tears had washed the blood away. He was broken, body and soul, and Junpei felt as though half his own heart had been torn out. His eyes stung, and he tried desperately to swallow to clear the lump in his throat.
Junpei, what are you doing? You have to get out of here now!
Junpei's chest tightened. Junpei's chest tightened, held taut by anger, misery, and a cold feeling of emptiness. Pure emotion surged through his heart. Alongside the torrent of blood, he could feel it building, a tremendous wave growing taller and taller and taller. And then it broke, crashing down with thunderous force onto his shaken, unprepared mind.
Snake! Snake!
Junpei's rational mind was gone. He was driven by instinct now, and he launched himself across the floor at Snake and Ace. Or he tried to.
Wait! Don't be an idiot, Junpei!
He felt a hand grab him from behind. It was Seven. Before he had time to react, the larger man had pinned Junpei's arms to his sides and was hauling him bodily back toward the door.
No! No! I have to help Snake! 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 Get off of me! Let me go!
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 7, 6.
Damn it, I don't get a choice, kid! Don't blame me for this, alright?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What happened to Lotus?
Gates 2 and 3 are locked down.
What's going to happen to Santa and June?
Beginning incineration.
Junpei felt Seven's fist bury itself deep in his stomach, and then his legs turned to mush. Seven scooped him up in the same motion and leapt through the door. It slammed shut behind them. Junpei struggled to shaky feet. He glanced over to see Lotus only a short distance away. Junpei ran to the door.
He's...
There was a small window cut into it. Inside he could see Ace and Smith.
Shit! Damn you all! Why? Why? Why me? I don't deserve this! Answer me! Answer me, Zero! Why? Why? Zero! Zero! Zero!
He didn't know how much time passed. He didn't know how long he stood there in front of the incinerator. He looked to the side. It was as his face was ashen, and if not for the hand she'd put against the wall, Junpei didn't think she could have stood. Seven looked old and tired and used. His eyes stared at the floor, seeing nothing. Junpei said nothing. He simply began to walk toward the open door, in the hallway they'd come down earlier.
Hey, wait! Junpei!
Junpei, where are you going?
He blinked when their voices broke the silence. He stopped.
You stay here. I'll go get Santa and June.
Okay, so he came out this way again.
You're gonna bring them here?
What choice do we
How?
have?
Don't worry about that. Just stay here and wait, all right?
He began to walk again. He looked over his shoulder and watched Seven and Lotus grow smaller and smaller. They stared back, not moving. He wasn't sure if they could. He turned around again. He knew where he was going.
I saw an elevator on the way here. If I can get it to work, then maybe...
I'm scared. Before long, Junpei found himself in front of the elevator. Next to the door was a button with a triangle on it.
Please work.
He pushed it and the door opened.
Yes.
Junpei was in the large hospital room.
June! Santa!
He kept calling and walked to the center of the room. But try as he might, he couldn't find them.
Damn it. Where did they go?
Increasingly frustrated and increasingly worried, Junpei left the large hospital room. He had no choice. He would have to look for them. Junpei's heart was heavy. He couldn't shake the feeling, but there was a part of him that felt it would be wrong to, even if he could. With every step he took, his legs felt more and more like lead. Where'd they go? I'm scared. Sometime later, Junpei found himself at the chapel. He stepped inside, expecting to find nothing, but there, on the red carpet in the center of the room... June? No, codenames didn't matter any longer. She was Kane.
Connie!
Junpei cried her name and ran. Like lightning, he ran across the room toward her.
Connie!
He stumbled to a stop. As he looked down at her body, lying so still on the floor, he felt the icy grip of fear upon his heart. She was still, so very still. I don't see any blood. Could whatever sickness she had gotten to her?
No. It can't be. It's impossible.
Slowly, Junpei bent down toward her. His hands shook and he felt very cold and very hot at the same time. He forced himself to look. Her back was moving. Slowly it rose and fell. Relief washed over him.
Connie!
Junpei reached down and gently, very gently lifted her up.
Connie, are you alright?
Jumpy?
Her face was pale and her lips were dry and cracked. Her eyes were blank and cloudy. They stared straight at Junpei but saw nothing. Trembling, Junpei wrapped his arm around her back. She was cold, very cold. Junpei tried to convince himself that it was only his imagination, but she felt as though she was fading away. He could feel his heart pounding frantically in his chest.
Oh man. Connie, what the hell happened to you? You feel...
Jumpy, I'm sorry.
Her voice was very faint.
I might not make it.
This might break the immersion a bit, but I think these are recycled voice lines.
No. No way. No way I am going to let you die. I am gonna save you. I promise.
Thank you, Jumpy. Thank you so much for everything. I was really happy to see you again, Jumpy. Really happy.
Girl, I'm sorry, but I've already seen this before, and I've cried enough from one ending. So can we please hurry this along?
Don't give me that I was crap. You're gonna see me again lots more times. You just gotta hang on. All right, Connie?
Jumpy, did you know you meant a lot to me when we were kids? I've liked you for a long time, Junpei. A really long time.
Junpei's vision had gone blurry. It took him a moment to realize his eyes were filled with tears. He could feel a piercing point of heat deep in his heart like a white-hot flame. He looked down at Akane. There was a crack of static from above his head, and a voice spoke.
Zero. You son of a bitch! Where are you hiding?
Junpei frantically scanned the ceiling for the source of the voice.
What the hell are you talking about? No. No, it hasn't. I'm not gonna let it end yet. I'm gonna get out of here with Connie. Why? Because you chose the wrong path. The wrong path?
That is correct. Your path is inevitable, however. Admit defeat. Where there is shadow, there is light. Where there is the absence of light, there is no shadow. So it goes.
This voice is just so goofy, I cannot even take it seriously
What
right now.
are you talking about?
No, it's not. The loser has been decided.
I told you! I am not gonna lose!
No, you misunderstand. You haven't lost. I have lost.
What?
Did he fail to get all the people he was trying to get revenge on or whatever? Junpei didn't have time to ponder what that meant before. He heard the door slam shut behind him. He spun around. There was no one there. Was it Zero?
Connie, wait here. I'll be right back, I promise.
She managed a single nod. Junpei laid her back down gently and leapt for the door. He yanked it open and shot outside. No one. The hall was empty. There was nothing moving anywhere. Oh crap.
Damn it. Where are you? It doesn't matter. I need to get Connie out first.
He didn't want to leave Connie alone any longer than he had to, so Junpei ran around and headed back to the chapel. What?
Connie!
She wasn't there. She wasn't anywhere. She'd been lying there, on the floor, just moments before. And now she was gone.
Oh god. No. No. Where is she? Connie. Connie! Connie! Connie!
His cry split the heavens themselves. He screamed until his voice gave out, and he screamed some more, but there was nothing, no answer. His voice faded away, and all that remained was cold, unfeeling silence. That was when he noticed it.
Huh?
A strange smell when he'd smelled before.
Wait. This is... white smoke.
9 seconds later... That's crazy. 9 seconds later, Junpei's mind winked out. And is that our ending? Man, was that, like, really gripping ending. Man. I've cried, like, a million times in this recording. Oh, I feel silly. I don't even know where to begin to process any of this stuff. I'm just taken aback by it all. Seek a way out. Seek a door that creates a night. Is this another preview? Or name? Yes, save. There's only one path left. And we have one more ending left. So in the next episode, it'll all finally be over. Thank you for watching. I'm all out of tears to cry. And I have so many feelings. Man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sleep well tonight. Because I'm just, like, emotionally exhausted. I had one heck of a day, man. You don't even know. And I'm looking forward to finally wrapping this up. Man. Isn't it crazy how I went from feeling so smart to feeling extreme horror and depression in this game? Yeah. Well, I can take solace in the fact that many of my theories have been proven right so far. There have been a few wacky ones that didn't quite go anywhere, but I suppose we can't say anything for sure until the end. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you'll join me next time for the finale of 999. Goodbye, for now.